and welcome to IBM Tennis Insights with myself, Annabelle Croft, and the former Wimbledon champion, Pat Cash. Well, today we're going to preview a second round match between the two-time Grand Slam champion, Stan Wawrinka, and the former US Open champion, Juan Martín del Potro. This is a really tough second round clash, Pat. How do you see this one going?
Well, these are the two hardest hitting players on the circuit, or just about. They hit the ball incredibly well. Of course, Del Potro's been out injured for much of 2 years almost, and Wawrinka, of course, has had amazing success. So you'd expect the informed player to have the win, but I'll tell you what, there's going to be some very sore tennis balls by the end of this match because these guys really smoke it.
Well, despite all the injury problems that Juan Martín del Potro has had, he's shown some very decent form, and he certainly did that, dropping just the 6 games in his opening round match against Stefan Robert. Very dominant from the baseline. In fact, he ranked second in the tournament in baseline points won at 64%. He actually hit 20 forehand winners, no backhand winners, and fewer unforced errors, only 14 for del Potro, in contrast to his opponent Wawrinka, who actually hit 48. But Pat, why were there no backhand winners in this match? Is that a lot to do with the injuries?
Yes, I mean, del Potro's had a major surgery a few times actually on his left hand, and that causes a few problems with his backhand. His forehand is very dominant, so we're seeing plenty of winners coming off that side. That's the side he's going to rely on, and his big serve. And likewise the other way around. Wawrinka's famous for his backhand. His forehand is a little hit and miss. He goes for it. He's going to make some mistakes. So that's why we've seen more errors from Wawrinka's forehand and very few, or no backhand winners from del Potro.
Well, in contrast to how del Potro won his first round match, his opponent Stan Wawrinka came forward a lot more in his opening clash with Taylor Fritz. He was winning 77% of the points at the net, winning 24 out of 31, 11 winners at net with volleys and overhead. And in that deciding fourth set, he won 100%. That was 7 out of 7 approach points. So Pat, are we going to see that type of tennis against del Potro?
Well, we are seeing more attacking Stan Wawrinka, and this has probably got to do with his appointment of a coach, Richard Krajicek, who's a great serve volleyer in himself. He's encouraging Stan to come forward, and he's got very good volleys, Wawrinka, very good technique. He just needs a bit of confidence, so it's good to see him coming forward. I think it's going to be a little bit tougher against del Potro, who is so powerful at the back of the court and will pin him back a little bit.
Well, both these players have huge serves and can do a lot of damage with them. But if we look at the data, what's more interesting is where they're actually serving. If we look at Wawrinka's favourite first serve spot, on the deuce court, he went wide 17 times. To the ad court, 13 times down the tee, both to that forehand side. Now, del Potro's favourite serve spots were to the deuce court. He went down the tee 12 times. And the ad court, he also went down the tee 10 times. So both of those down the middle. So what do you make of all that data, Pat, and where do you think they're both going to serve today?
Well, I think it's going to be a bit of a mistake for Wawrinka to serve to the forehand of del Potro. I think he'll serve a lot more down the middle, but it's interesting to see del Potro where he's serving. He likes the low part of the net. Of course, the net's a bit higher on the wide side. Their serve is huge. That sets them up for their ground strokes, and in Wawrinka's case, we're seeing him come more forward, and we'll see that again in this match.
Fascinating stuff. Thanks for that, Pat. Well, we'll be back with more IBM Tennis Insights tomorrow.